Alright, this pattern is going to be a Midge. It's a little bit too big. I know there's other similar patterns to it, but it seems to be extremely effective, and well, we're going to tie it. Alright, we're going to start with a black thread. Start about halfway down the hook. We're going to wrap back till about the barb. Cut the thread. And we're going to start with some white antron. Use this for your parachutes a lot. I'm just going to use a little piece of it. Now you need to cut a big enough piece of this so you can put it throughout the body. It seems to give it a better profile. You don't get the bulge of tying it in and cutting it off and then retying it farther up the hook. So we're just going to make a couple wraps on that. Alright, now we're going to get a piece of gold wire. We're going to take that, tie it in by the tail. Alright, now we're just going to wrap everything up. It's going to have kind of like a caddis shell. So it just seems to be an effective pattern on the Provo River. There's other similar smaller patterns, but I find it to work a lot better in the larger sizes, especially in the spring. It's when I fish it the most. Alright, we're about a little less than 3/4 up the hook. I'm going to wrap back, just build the body up just a hair. And this fly just holds up like a tank when fish take it, because you got the wire that's going to go through here, and this just holds up very nice. Fish with this all day, doesn't matter. Alright, we're going to take the wire, about 5 or 8 wraps up to where the antron is. Tie off underneath the antron. When you're cutting these wires, always bring your hook down to the back, and your scissors down to the back, so you don't ruin your scissors. Seems to help a lot. Alright, now we're going to build up some thread underneath where we're going to fold this antron over. We want to go up almost to the eye. Stop short of the eye so we can tie this in and flare it up to make a little parachute up there. Alright, now before we tie this over, we're going to tie in one more piece of material. Grab a few strands of this attractant material, a little crystal flash. I like to put a little bit of this in my flies, it really helps. And maybe about half of that, it's a little too much. Okay. Now we're going to tie this in. We're going to try, it's not going to work very well, and try and get it right underneath. We're just going to wrap over so it just shines through. Wrap that tight up there. Wrap this all the way through so we don't get a bulge in the fly right there, so the fish thinks something's weird. Alright, we're going to cut that off. Alright, now we're going to take all of this, fold it over. Put a little more thread right there, that's showing through a little bit. Okay, now we're going to fold this over. Tie this off nice and tight. Couple, 2, 3 wraps. All right. Then we're just going to whip finish. Okay. Now there's a couple more things we need to do to this fly. We're going to go ahead and trim it up a little bit. Trim it close. I got a merger parachute right there. And then we're going to trim the tail. Don't want this too big. It's big enough it's going to be right underneath the water column. It's going to sit right underneath the water column, and the fish are going to just take it. Sometimes they won't take a fly that's right on top, so you want it just underneath. You can fish as deep as you want, but sometimes I'll just fish it on top if they're trying to take something. All right, there's your Midge tractor pattern.